In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use Slack as a complete beginner, step by step. We'll break everything down into simple, easy to follow steps so you can communicate with your team and collaborate more effectively without feeling overwhelmed. Here's what you can expect from this video. First, we'll create a Slack workspace, invite team members, and get familiar with the main interface. Next, we'll create channels, organize conversations, and learn the difference between public and private channels. Then, we'll send messages, use threads, mentions, reactions, and direct messages to communicate efficiently. After that, we'll work with files, reminders, saved messages, and search tools to stay organized. And finally, we'll explore Huddles, notifications, app integrations, and productivity settings that make Slack much more effective for teams. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. The first thing you'll need to do is head over to slack.com. Once you're on the website, click Get Started. You can either create an account using your email address or continue with your Google account. I'll continue with Google because it's the fastest option. After signing in, Slack will ask you to create a workspace. Think of a workspace as your company's digital office. Everything inside Slack belongs to a workspace. For example, if you're running a marketing agency, your workspace might be called Kiki Media. If you're part of a company, your team may already have a workspace and you'll simply join it through an invitation link. After entering your workspace name, Slack will ask for your profile details. Add your name and profile photo. This makes it easier for teammates to recognize you. Next, you'll have the option to invite other people. You can invite teammates using their email addresses or simply copy the invitation link and send it to them. Anyone with the invitation link can join your workspace if you've allowed that option. Once you've completed the setup process, Slack will open your new workspace. Now let's take a quick tour of the interface. On the left side, you'll see your workspace navigation panel. At the very top, you'll find your workspace name. Below that, you'll see sections for channels, direct messages, activity, files, and other tools. Most of your work inside Slack will happen in channels and direct messages. Let's start with channels because they're one of the most important parts of Slack. Channels are used to organize conversations. Instead of having one giant chat where everyone talks about everything, channels allow you to separate discussions into different topics. For example, you might have a marketing channel, a sales channel, and a team announcements channel. This keeps communication organized and makes it easier to find information later. By default, Slack may create a few starter channels. You can keep them or create your own. To create a new channel, click the plus icon next to channels. Enter a channel name. For example, let's create a channel called Instagram Content. Now Slack will ask whether you want the channel to be public or private. Public channels can be viewed and joined by anyone in the workspace. Private channels can only be accessed by invited members. For department-specific work, private channels are often a good choice. For company-wide discussions, public channels usually make more sense. After creating the channel, you can invite specific teammates to join it. One strategy that works really well is creating channels based on projects or responsibilities. For example, Instagram content, video ideas, client projects, weekly recaps, team updates. This makes communication easier to manage and reduces unnecessary notifications. I also recommend creating a separate fun channel. You could call it fun, random, social, or weekend chat. This gives team members a place to have casual conversations without filling work channels with unrelated messages. Keeping work discussions and social discussions separate helps everyone stay focused. Now that we've created some channels, let's start communicating. Open any channel. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the message box. Simply type your message and press enter. Your message immediately appears in the channel. Now let's look at some tools that make communication much more effective. First, we have reactions. Hover over a message and click the emoji icon. You can react with thumbs up, check marks, celebration emojis, or anything else you want. Reactions are useful because they reduce unnecessary messages. Instead of typing OK or got it, you can simply react to the message. Next, let's talk about threads. Threads are one of the most important Slack features. Imagine someone posts an announcement. If 10 people reply directly in the channel, the conversation can quickly become messy. Instead, hover over a message and click Reply in Thread. Now, every response stays attached to the original message. This keeps channels organized and makes conversations easier to follow. Whenever possible, use threads for follow-up discussions. Another important feature is mentions. Sometimes you need a specific person's attention. To do this, type the @ symbol followed by their name. For example, @Sarah, can you review this design? Sarah will receive a notification because she was mentioned directly. You can also mention entire groups in some channels if you need everyone's attention. Use mentions carefully though. If everyone constantly tags everyone else, notifications can become overwhelming. Now let's talk about direct messages. Direct messages work like private conversations. On the left side of Slack, click Direct Messages. Then select a teammate. You can send private messages, share files, ask questions, or have discussions that don't belong in a channel. Slack also allows group direct messages. This means you can create a private conversation with multiple people without creating a dedicated channel. Next, let's look at file sharing. Slack makes sharing files very easy. You can drag and drop files directly into a channel, or click the attachment button and upload files from your computer. Another useful feature is reminders. Hover over a message. Open the Additional Options menu. Then select Remind Me About This. You can choose a preset reminder time or create a custom reminder. For example, if someone asks you to complete a task tomorrow morning, you can set a reminder and Slack will notify you at the appropriate time. This prevents important messages from getting lost. Now let's talk about search. As your workspace grows, you'll eventually have hundreds or even thousands of messages. Finding information manually becomes difficult. Fortunately, Slack has a powerful search tool. At the top of the interface, click the search bar. You can search for messages, channels, files, people, keywords, projects, and even content inside shared files. For example, if you're trying to find a discussion about marketing ideas, simply search for marketing. Slack will show matching messages, channels, and files. Learning to use search effectively can save a huge amount of time. Next, let's look at activity. The Activity tab helps you track what's happening across your workspace. You'll see mentions, thread replies, reactions, and other important updates. This makes it easy to catch up on conversations without checking every channel individually. Now let's talk about Huddles. Sometimes typing isn't the fastest way to communicate. Slack includes a feature called Huddles. A huddle is a quick voice conversation that can be started instantly. Open a channel or direct message and start a huddle. Your teammates can join with one click. This is great for quick discussions that don't require a formal meeting. Instead of scheduling a video call, you can simply start a huddle and solve a problem in a few minutes. Slack also supports voice and video calls depending on your plan and workspace settings. Now let's customize notifications. This is one of the most important things you'll do in Slack. Many people install Slack and then get overwhelmed by notifications. To avoid that, click your profile picture and open Preferences. Then open Notifications. Here, you'll find several options. You can receive notifications for all messages, only direct messages and mentions, or specific keywords. For most people, I recommend receiving notifications for direct messages, mentions, and important keywords. This helps reduce distractions while still keeping you informed. You can also create keyword alerts. For example, if you're responsible for client onboarding, you might create a notification whenever someone mentions the word client. You can also set notification schedules. For example, you may only want notifications during work hours. This helps maintain a healthy work-life balance. Now, let's look at app integrations. One of Slack's biggest strengths is its ability to connect with other tools. Click on the Connects Apps link at the bottom left corner and then choose Browse All Apps to open the complete library. You'll find thousands of integrations available. Popular options include Google Drive, Dropbox, Zoom, Trello, Asana, Notion, GitHub, and many others. These integrations allow information from other tools to appear directly inside Slack. For example, project updates from Trello can automatically appear in a channel. New files from Google Drive can be shared instantly, and meeting links from Zoom can be created without leaving Slack. This helps bring your team's communication and work into one place. And that's the basics of using Slack as a complete beginner. And that's how to use Slack as a complete beginner. That's it for this video. Thanks.